This is our 1984 Toyota FJ60 Land Cruiser. In this video, we're going to show you how this vehicle performs. We're going to talk about what we've done to the truck up to this point and what we plan to do to it in the near future. I hope you enjoy it. Here it comes. This episode is brought to you by our partners at Barbell Apparel. Barbell is the one-stop shop for all of your apparel needs. Everything that they put out is absolutely top quality. Everything from the most comfortable jeans that you could ever imagine putting on. These things move with you, they stretch, they're durable. When you're out working on your Land Cruiser, if you're cool like me, you can throw on your Barbell jeans, they're gonna have you covered. To your fitness apparel, your Ranger shorts, your tech tees, stuff that's gonna keep you cool, that's gonna keep you moving faster, further, longer when you're out doing whatever it is that you do. Barbell Apparel, thank you so much for making the best apparel on the market today. Thank you for being an awesome company with good values and for covering down on everything that we need here at 307 Project to do what we do. Go check them out at barbellapparel.com. I promise you, you will not be disappointed. Enough said. What's up, guys? So this is my 1984 Toyota FJ60 Land Cruiser, and this is my dream truck, to be honest with you. When I first saw one of these things, it really wasn't that long ago. I've always been a Toyota pickup man, or a Toyota guy in general. I just absolutely love old Toyotas. But when I first saw a Land Cruiser, the first one I looked at was an FJ62. I fell in love with these rigs, man. And I shortly thereafter went and looked at one of these FJ60s, which is a little bit different than the FJ62. It's the previous model. And to me, there is no other vehicle that's ever been made by any manufacturer that compares to these rigs. They are just so unique in the way that they look, the way that they drive. They're essentially like an old tractor, like an old tractor wagon. And we intend to actually use this truck here at 307 Project. So most of the videos I see on these old Land Cruisers, they're sitting on a showroom somewhere, or you know, they're sitting in a garage somewhere, because they are becoming pretty rare vehicles. They're hard to find. But we actually intend to use this one off-road. We intend to do adventures in this thing, and it's going to be my everyday driver once we get it finished up. So here in just a little bit, we're going to show you guys what we've already done to the truck, and then we're going to go into what we are going to do to the truck moving forward, and also get any suggestions from you guys about what you would like to see, or if you have any experience with modifying these Land Cruisers, we want to hear from you. So, hey, we're going back in time, son. Engage. So one of the major obstacles that we've ran into in trying to restore this old Land Cruiser is finding a company to do the paint and body restoration. Everything else, all the other modifications that need to be done to the truck, we can generally take care of them. You know, me and the tech guy, we can do it in our own garage, but the paint and body work is something that requires a lot of skill that I really don't have, and I've got to, need to find someone to do that. So finally, after about, I don't know, it's probably been about 6 months, we found a company that would commit to restoring the paint and body on this rig. and that's TLC 4x4. They're up in Charlotte, North Carolina. So tomorrow we'll actually be shipping this rig up to TLC 4x4, and they say they're gonna have it done within about 4 weeks. Now I know a lot of you guys really like the kind of the patina rust on this truck, and I've heard a lot of people say, man, why would you change that? Why would you do anything with it? Why would you even paint it? The reason is because I want this rig to last me for the rest of my life. And there are some spots on this truck, rust spots, that if we don't do something about them, they're going to cause issues in the future. So we're gonna go back with the original OEM color, this blue that's on the truck, and we're gonna go ahead and get it slicked down, and we'll talk more about TLC, and we'll obviously have a video for you guys once they finish the truck up. We'll make a trip up to Charlotte to pick it up and show you guys the before and after. They're a very reputable shop, and I can't wait to see the work that they do on this thing, bringing it back to life the way it looked, hopefully, when it rolled off the showroom floor in 1984. All right, guys, so we made it up top. Show them the view, tech guy. Yeah, these rigs are made to go off-road. And like I said, we're gonna use it. So up here, I wanna talk to you guys real quick about what we've already done to the truck. When we got the truck about 6 months ago, it was bone stock. There were a lot of issues with it, and we've been working on it for about the last 6 months, just trying to make, you know, as much difference as we can mechanically before we send it off to TLC for the paint and body work. So we'll start off under the hood. We haven't really done anything yet with the interior. We got some stuff that needs to be fixed. Obviously, we're gonna have eventually have these seats reupholstered. We're gonna do new carpet, clean it up, new headliner, and we should be pretty good to go in the interior after that. After that, that's a lot of work. But we've made some major improvements to this old 2F engine that come in these Land Cruisers, all right? When we first got this truck, man, you couldn't even tell that this was an engine. It had so much smog equipment and vacuum lines and stuff everywhere that, yeah, it was ugly. So we have desmogged the entire engine. We've taken off all of the EGR stuff, all the smog equipment. You can see all these plugs here. They still need to be cleaned up, but it was just covered in junk to keep this thing in compliance with the smog laws. And we did that partly because it cleans the engine bay up, it makes the truck run better, but we also did it to say screw you to all you dummies that are driving these stinking electric cars and crap. So desmog, we have a new aluminum radiator with all new coolant hoses. We put a new thermostat in the truck, 180-degree thermostat, all new belts, brand new water pump. Let's see, what else have we done? Over here, well, Blake's over there. We have put a new HEI distributor in the truck, and then coming around to this side of the engine, this was a huge improvement over here. We have a new Holley carburetor. We cleaned up this intake manifold and installed a new 2-piece header to replace the exhaust manifold. And we ran full new exhaust all the way from the header back. We deleted the catalytic converter because that's a bunch of bull crap. You don't even need it. The truck runs way better now without all that smog stuff than it did. It has a ton more power. It's way smoother, and I think mechanically the engine is up to par once we get in here and clean up this engine bay, all these wires, and get them in some casing and make it look good. The engine right now has about 200,000 miles on it. When it finally does die, if it dies, we're just going to pull it out and have it rebuilt by someone. And I know a lot of people love to put the LS engines in these things, the V8 swaps and this and that. We're not going to do that. I want to keep the original 2F engine in this vehicle for the life of the vehicle, just because it's a part of the truck. And you put a V8 in this thing, and to me, it's not the same truck. So we're going to keep that 2F in there. Pretty cool old motor, inline 6-cylinder. What else have we done? Let's see. Me and the tech guy put all new suspension under the truck. So this is Old Man Emu. It is a 2.5-inch lift kit, all new leaf springs, shackles, shocks, steering stabilizer. That's all brand new. Got it up off the ground. It rides a ton better with that stuff. That wasn't a very hard job. Me and the tech guy put that lift kit on in about 6 hours. It was a lot of fun. The hardest part was getting all the old stuff off that had been on there for 40 years. Once we got that stuff off, the new stuff bolted right back on. In the front end, we have all new tie rod ends. We have new wheel bearings. We have brand new discs and pads on the disc brakes in the front. Rear brakes are still drum. We put all new pads and hardware in the rear drum brakes. Let's see, other things that we've done, we went ahead and tinted the windows in this rig because it's got so much glass in it. It's like a dang fishbowl in there. So I'm not a big tinted window guy, but tinted windows on one of these old Land Cruisers actually makes a big difference in the inside temperature of the vehicle. If you don't tint those things, holy smokes, it gets hot in there with the quickness. Eventually, we're going to put some bigger tires on this thing, so we're about 31s right now. I think we can accommodate with this new lift kit up to 33-inch tires. I will probably do a different wheel, so we'll do new wheels and tires. We're going to get up underneath it after the paint and body's done and coat the entire frame of the truck, undercoat the entire frame, which is in really good shape, but we're going to go ahead and undercoat it in POR 15, a rust preventative and protective coat. Probably we'll do a rear bumper with a attachment for a spare tire, full-size spare tire, and maybe a couple jerry cans, so we'll change that rear bumper. We're going to leave this front bumper on it. This front bumper is actually pretty awesome. I'm assuming that this came stock on the truck in 1984. It is a Warren bumper paired with this big nasty Warren winch, which still works, and I have the factory, the paperwork when the truck was bought new with the information on this winch. So I'm assuming this came factory. We'll just clean that up and probably leave that bumper on there. There are a lot of ARB bumpers and stuff that come up and kind of protect the headlights and the grill. But I really like the way the front end of this truck looks. So I want people to be able to see what the truck looks like. And the bigger grills that come up, yeah, they offer a lot of protection, but they cover up the front of the truck, which is kind of, you know, this truck has a pretty iconic look, and I want to keep it visible. Yeah, so that's our plans up to this point. I'm really pumped to see what this thing looks like when it comes back from TLC. Again, we'll take you guys up there with us when we go to pick the truck up and it's done with paint and body. And we'll try to keep you guys updated along the way as we continue to make modifications to this thing. You guys throw any suggestions in the comments that you would recommend. What do you want to see, or what would you want to see us do to this rig? It's pretty much endless. I mean, everything from roof racks to snorkels to you name it, man. It's pretty much endless. So I love to hear what you guys think. A lot of you guys have really good taste when it comes to 4x4 vehicles. So thank you guys for tuning in. That's my FJ60, 1984 FJ60 Land Cruiser up to this point. Enough said.